Shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Shem Yeshua, Shem Kodash. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of GMS, who are the true leaders of Israel today. And salutations to all the Akim who do this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so, as well as the scattered Israelites who come looking like the heathen, but are not by birth their forefathers, Caesar, Israelite men. The true name of the Most High is Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahushai. And the Lord's the chosen people are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, as well as the ones who suffer under the curses in the book of Deuteronomy. My name is Akale, and I'm from the GMS Jamaica Kingston camp. And this video is about the prophecy of World War III and Russia and its allies. Alright. Got some news here regarding biblical prophecy. Alright, and it says Russia to hold joint naval exercises with East African nation. And it says Russia has sent a military ship to participate in joint drills with Eritrea for the first time in the 30 years of diplomatic relations between the two countries. Russia's ambassador to the country, Igor Mozgov, announced on Thursday. Alright, so the first time in 30 years. Alright, in these days that we're in, things that have been happening have been, quote unquote, unprecedented, or quote unquote, hasn't been done in X amount of years. It's always, there's always a reason to point to that, right? That it's something that's not the norm, right? And so Russia is continuously building its relationships with these African countries, so-called. And this is a part of Bible prophecy, all right? Russia's going back to these people and linking them because they know what's coming. They're preparing for it. In Revelation chapter 11 and verse 14, it says, the second woe is past, talking about World War II, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly, talking about World War III. Okay. And in regards to what I'm speaking to specifically, this is a prophecy in Ezekiel chapter 38 and verse 2. Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against him. And this is talking about the Russians as they dwell in that land today. The Russians themselves, they are the biblical Edomites, who are the so-called white people. All right, they are not the original Gog and Magog. All right, but they dwell in the land where Gog and Magog once dwelt. Okay, so it's referring to them and say, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal. So the Lord is against them. Why is the Lord against them? Well, number one, they're heathen. Okay, point blank. They're heathen. All right, the Lord only cares about the Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and any of you that do, believe. Once your forefather goes back to an Israelite, it doesn't matter what you look like. Okay, the Lord only cares about you. So the Lord don't care about the heathen, and the Lord especially don't care about the Edomites, which that's what Russia is. An Edomite superpower in the Edomite world ruled by the Edomites. Okay? And it says, and I'll turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I'll bring thee forth and all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. Okay, so the Lord is going to put that spirit back on them, where they're going to be having that warlike spirit, all right, as they once had before. And they're going to have a great company, which is the allies. Persia, which today is known as Iran, who are the biblical Elamites, okay? Ethiopia and Libya, with them, all of them shield and helmet. Ethiopia and Libya, referring to the so-called African nations, all right, who are actually the biblical Hamites, all right. Us and them are not the same people. We're the Israelites and they are the Hamites, and skin color does not matter, okay? Melanin or all of that kind of stuff, that's an entire ideology that's out there in the world. None of that matters. Everybody brown, okay? Everyone's a different shade of brown except for the Edomites, the so-called white people. They pink, different shades of red, okay? But we not the same people by way of lineage, okay? Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togarma of the north quarters and all his bands and many people with thee. And that's talking about Turkey. Okay, so Turkey is going to join unto them. Be thou prepared and prepare for thyself, thou and all that company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. So Russia is going to be a guard unto its allies. All right. So it mentioned Iran. We know about Turkey. We know about the so-called African nations. Okay. So this thing with Eritrea is not surprising. It's just biblical prophecy. All right. Musgo stated that the Udaloy class frigate Marshal Shaposhnikov has arrived at the African country's port of Massawa and is scheduled to stay in Eritrea until April 5th. Russian soldiers will participate in a series of joint events with the Eritrean Navy, according to a statement from the Russian ambassador. On March 14th, the Russian Navy concluded joint drills with their Chinese and Iranian counterparts in the Gulf of Oman. The Marshal Shaposhnikov also participated in those exercises. So Russia's been doing military exercises, drills with its allies preparing for war. That's what's happening. All right. And you're going to continuously see this happen because we're at the end of days. But the prophecy of World War III cannot fully manifest in the way of the destruction coming to pass of America, which is mentioned with Babylon the Great, until America, or not America rather, but America is included, but until the mark of the beast prophecy, which is the markship, is fulfilled. And actually, especially when it does hit the shores of America, that prophecy, right? Especially because the mark of the beast has to be made mandatory, and over there in America especially, you gotta have the people who take the mark chip and who don't take the mark chip. All right. As it pertains to our people, because the heathen, they don't have no chance of salvation. So as it pertains to our people, our people, it has come to pass because some have to take it and some don't, and those who don't take it will receive salvation. The 1/3 shall live and the 2/3 shall be cut off. All right, so that almost happened first before this, but things must be built up to the manifestation of biblical prophecy. So it says the Russian Defense Ministry revealed that during the 2 days of drills with the Iranian and Chinese navies, Russian sailors practiced joint maneuvers and communication exercises, the firing of high-caliber machine guns and small-caliber onboard military on surface and air targets by day and by night. All right. So the leaders discussed the prospects for the development of Russian-Eritrean relations in various fields, as well as current regional and international issues. It was the first meeting between the two leaders. Afwerki took part in the Russia Africa Summit held in St. Petersburg last July. He also met with Putin on the sidelines of the summit. Okay, so yeah, man, this is all building up and this is Bible prophecy. All right, it's great to see. And Russia, they've been putting in that work, right? The Lord said that he will put them back into that, bring thee back, put them back into that spirit. And that's what's happening. And then this is Joel chapter 3 and verse 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears, let the weak say, I am strong, Assemble yourselves and gather all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Salakio. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord Yahweh. Let the heathen be awakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. And that valley of Jehoshaphat will be over there in the so-called Middle East. In the book of Joel, chapter 2 and verse 20, it lets you know the location of contention, which is between the Red Sea and the Euphrates River. And this is that area over there in that land of Saudi Arabia where you're going to see a lot of the chaos of World War III. All right, that's the area over there. And there's a reason why that area has been a hotspot for decades. All right. So, yeah, man, this is all in the works. With that, all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Shem Yeshai, Bashram Kakodash, and Shalom.